awesome Deadpool shirt. Not exactly workout attire, but that's okay. That's all right. We're gonna have a good workout regardless. Very cool to be here again in the dojo in my basement. As you can see, it's still quite empty, although I do have more and more equipment. And yes, somebody was asking hey dude, when are you gonna get the machines? Hopefully in a week. And I know I said that before. I'm still working at it. There's just a lot that goes into planning, and in any case, it'll be soon because I know I want them here as well. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Thank you all for tuning in yesterday. We had a later than usual morning, although it's still early, workout. So it was cool to see people jump in, hop and talk and all that. So we are here today to do a little bit of workout and stretch combination. So it's gonna be a boot camp, but we're gonna go ahead and do our warm up and stretches. So let's go ahead and start with that. One of the first things we wanna do is get our hips, work out, stretch our hips. All right. And we're gonna go down, stretch. Get the low back stretched out. You can have a little bit of a bend in the knees, that's okay. And we're gonna come up and we're gonna go ahead and go side to side here. Make sure you twist and pivot your foot and heel off the floor. Okay, and some arm circles. And we'll be ready to go in just a little bit. So today's theme is strength and relaxation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start first with our strength, and then we'll finish with a little bit of yoga or stretching. So that's kind of the goal. And the burpee challenge, the birthday burpee challenge is still going on. Oh, I forgot to turn on my watch. If you have a watch, turn it on right now to get your workout credit, if you will. So we're still gonna be doing our burpees today because it is the birthday burpee month. So, I have 41 to do, so that's gonna be part of my little routine here. All right, let's start with some strength. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and get our exercises going. So first one here, we're gonna go ahead and I actually need to go back a little bit so that we can have a full motion captured. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down and then just clean and press all the way down. So that's gonna be our first one. It's gonna be on both sides. So clean and press. Normally you wanna do a little bit more weight than I'm gonna have, but whoa, we got a lot of people all of a sudden. Hello, bro. Hi, Korizen. That's a cool name. How you doing? Hi, Arav, and Fortnite Bros. Hi. Good to see you all. What's happening? Happy Saturday. What time is it where you guys are at? Because here it's about 9, so we're just getting started. It's a Saturday, so later than usual boot camp. You guys have any plans for today? What's anybody getting their workout in or anything fun? Obviously, it's for some of you that celebrate, it's Easter weekend, so you might have a big family get together tomorrow. All right, let's start with this one first. Neutral press up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna go to 15, 10, 11, and 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we'll swap, opposite side. Whoa, dramatic lighting. It's okay. You can just see the shirt even more, my Deadpool peekaboo shirt. All right, opposite side. Yeah, good to see everybody. So any of you that are online right now, if you have any health and fitness related questions, feel free to pop them in. I'm always happy to look at those as I'm doing the workouts here. So opposite side, same thing, squat down low, press it up. And as I'm squatting, some people sometimes ask about like, well, how do you do it? Do you go like in a lunge position? This one I tend to go out. I go down and I tend to have one knee that pops out a little bit. This one is more in front to give me a wider base. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we got 15. Okay, so we have our next one. Somebody just popped in. Hey, what's happening? NFCS Green Mantis 24 with an underscore. That's a cool name. That's a lot there, but. Oh, sweet. Fortnite's bro's brother. I'll sub. Thank you. Awesome. Yes, please. Do I sub? Of course. Please sub. It helps us out. Send us a thumbs up, share, comment, all the good stuff. We're trying to do these complimentary workouts. I'm going to have a little show where I'm going to be interviewing some of my friends that are in the fitness industry and people that I know that are coaches, people that I know that are fighters. And then, so that should be fun and educational. So yeah, please do. That'll be awesome. The more the merrier. All right, we have our next one here. We got 2 dumbbells. All right. Let's see. Yo, I sub. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. What weight are you lifting? So the big one was the 25 pounds. 25 pounds, which is like 12 kilograms. And then these are 15s. So I have 2 15s now. 15 pounds, which is, 7 kilograms maybe? So that's our next one. We're gonna do what's called an abdomen curl, and then down. A popular one for arm wrestlers and anybody who wants to increase the strength of their forearms. So from the side, it's like this, twist curl, switch the grip, try to control it on the way down. I don't know how many I have, which is not uncommon for me to say. We're trying for 15, so let's say that was 8. Here we go. Now, I don't know what's happening with the light guys today. This is pretty interesting. If it was Halloween, I'd say it's the spirits, but I think it's just my light doing crazy things. And it's back again. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's a good burn. Bicep and forearm on that one, and you get some wrist strength too. So, hey, thanks. I like it too. Peekaboo! It's my Deadpool shirt. I got a whole bunch of them. Marvel shirts and stuff. And I'm like, why not work out in a Marvel shirt today instead of my typical workout stuff? I got a whole bunch. Hey, would you guys be interested? Because I used to work in the game industry and I used to teach game art, animation, special effects, all this in my previous career. Would you guys be interested if I had a separate show that was like more about gaming, about movies, streaming, all that fun stuff? If yes, give me a thumbs up. All right, so let's see what else we got. M16, nice. You can lift 40 kilograms. Nice, man, that's good. That's awesome. What kind of lift? Because that kind of determines a lot. Like, okay, if you're doing 40 kilograms, that's like 90 pounds or so. So it depends, right? Because if you're gonna tell me like, what's the heaviest you can curl, Greg, with good control, I could probably do 50 pounds is probably my heaviest on the curl. But if it's pressing, I could probably do 60. If I'm doing rowing, I can probably do probably almost 100 because you're using your back, you're using bigger muscles here. So it depends on the lift. But those are awesome numbers. King Nadish, welcome back. Hey dude, you got an exam tomorrow. Pretty stressed because yeah, so, probably as a former teacher, I would say that you probably want to start studying, but What is it for? What is it for? What kind of test? Nice, guys. Hey, you guys got some good, you got some good weights over here. Nice. Like pushing weight on your chest, but I can lift 60. Hey, you guys got good press powers. Nice. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so we got our third exercise. This one we're gonna do for core. So I think I have to bring this one down. Oh, chemistry. Yeah, that was not one of my favorites either. I was what they would call a right brain person in school. Like I loved art. I loved history and writing, like things that were creative. When it was math, chemistry, physics, I had some challenges. Like I was able to get through it, but it was a lot harder for me to do that because my mind was like, it wasn't analytical naturally, like it was more creative naturally. So I really had to figure out ways how to study. For me, it was, I had to do it the old-fashioned way, just repetition. I had to take out some time and just study, spit out the facts, try it again, do like flashcards, all this stuff. All right, this one is gonna be with our feet going like this, but we're gonna add some presses at the same time. So you start with your flutters, so you're engaging the core, and you start to press. 2, 3, this one takes a lot of control. And it looks kind of funny, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it becomes kind of a mix of, all right, what's hurting more, my core or my shoulders? But it's a good compound movement. 13, 14, 15. Oh, all right. So some people might say, Coach Greg, why would I do something ridiculous like that? Why not do core separately and arms separately? Well, the reason is, A, you get more done in less time. But really, the real reason is your body gets to be kind of, should we say, complacent or relaxed if you're always doing the same stuff. And you see a lot of guys do this, girls too. Like they'll just do the same routine over and over. They get on the treadmill, do their 10 minutes warm up or whatever. Then they go and they hit the same movements all the time, and that's fine up until your body is just like plateauing because it knows exactly what's coming. So that's when you got to change it up a little bit. Either doing totally different movements, changing up the way that you train, explosively versus slowly, changing your rest time, and also changing up the actual types of muscles involved at the same time, grouping them like we just did there. So we were doing the flutters, which is core and a little bit of legs, but then we're adding these presses now. So that's shoulders. So the body's like, what the hell is going on? It doesn't know, what to do at first, but it's good. It's shocking the system. It's just like the first time you ever did something intense. Like let's say you've never wrestled before and your friend's like, let's go wrestle. First time you try wrestling and your body's like, what's going on? I don't know. Because it's a stress on the body, but also, your cardiovascular system is challenged, all these things. So it's good to train hard, but it's also good to be smart with how you approach training. So anyway, nice. Oh, you gotta go, King Nadish, sorry. All right, well, hey, study, my friend, good luck. I'm sure you're gonna do all right. Maybe I missed something. Let's see here, chemistry, we know, not chemistry, and that's the worst. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, EM16. Awesome, appreciate it. What's up, Mr. Sports? Good to see you. Can you show us all your weight to see us? Can you lift heaviest weight, please, and what kilograms is? I am back. Welcome back, EM16. How are you, Mr. Sports? I'm good, very good. Good to see you. Always good to see you. Let's see. Excuse me. You guys are supposed to be asleep, but you want to stream. It's 12 a.m. Dang. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Sports, good to see you and good to see the brothers. Yeah, if it's late, obviously, don't let me keep you. I know the time difference is crazy sometimes, so I wish, I am going to be streaming at different times, so hopefully there's a time that helps you, because if it's 9 here and it's 12 there, man, that's like, Yeah, that's 13 hours, sorry, that's 12 hours, 15 hours difference. It's a big time difference. All right, let's go back to our presses. Somebody was asking to show the weights. I don't know if you can see, but I said, yeah, it's 25, right? So we're in America, so they're doing everything by pounds usually. So that's 25 pounds, which means, like I said, 12 kilograms or so. I forget the exact exchange kilograms. I think for every 2.3 or 2.2 pounds, I think it's 1 kilogram. So, you know, do with that what you will. We're back to our neutral press with the low squat. Second round. Oh, I didn't do my burpees. Dang it. All right, I gotta do my burpees before we do that. All right, so burpee time. Let's knock them out. Burpees are going to be with a push-up and a regular jump back. So here we go. 1, 2. Can you see? 3. All right, it's a little high here. Here we go. All right. Crap. 3 or 2? 3, right? Let's see. Somebody messaged something. Yeah, long time no see. Good to see you. Yes. Easter today. Oh, that's right, because you're ahead. So happy Easter, Australia. That is a burpee in Australia. Yeah. 3. A burpee is a burpee, I think, wherever you go. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. Is everybody doing the burpees with me? Or is it just me? Or am I the only sucker doing the burpees? 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20, right at 20. Heart rate's not correct. Let's check. We got some comments. Like the fit, bro. I love this stream. Thank you. I love you guys. You guys rock. Yeah. Did I say I was a teacher? Yes, I used to be. Right now I'm kind of a teacher. I'm a coach. So when I train my clients, my brother and I, we have our own business. We obviously are training them and we're kind of teaching at the same time. But before we start our business, I used to work at this college here in America called Westwood College of Technology, and it had different programs. One of them was game art and animation and design, and I used to teach there for almost 9 years, 10 years. And then I worked in the industry, game industry. I worked on some small games, nothing big. But cool thing is, and I want to talk about this in my separate show, which will be not based on fitness and health, but on kind of entertainment, gaming, movies. I have quite a few students, which I'm super proud of, that went on to work for Disney, for Marvel. They work at DreamWorks. They worked on Halo. They worked on Fortnite, actually. They worked on a lot of different things. So I'm super proud. I never got as high in the industry. I kind of left fairly quickly because for my own reasons, I wanted something that was more stable. I didn't want to move around a lot, and anyway, that's gonna be a separate topic. But I'm super proud of them. They did amazing things. They've worked on movies on Netflix, and one of my friends, former student James Anderson, he worked on The Gray Man, for example, on Netflix, which was this action movie. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, so I used to teach. They closed down the school, so when they closed it down, I was obviously out of a job. And then I started to kind of go into my other passion, which was fitness, which is to this day. So a lot of stories there, a lot of fun stuff that we could talk about. And that's why I want to do that other show and also bring people on from the industry, maybe do some interviews. I think that'll be cool. All right, that's me stalling because I already got 20 burpees done. I got 21 more. Let's see. Yeah, do you play soccer? Yeah, not well. You know, you would think I would because I'm from Poland. I never really got that good at soccer, or football as we call it in Poland. I mean, I'm not bad because I'm fairly athletic, but I'm not great either because I just don't practice enough. So I definitely played with people that are really good. I wasn't one of them. When I moved here, it was basketball, football, football like American football and other sports. So, all right, back to these guys. Whew. All right. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29, we're getting close. This is gonna be 30 right here. The big 3. Oh. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37, we're close, far away. 38. 39. We got this, guys. 40, one more. Double push up. 41. Okay, whatever, this watch is not working well today. It says I'm at 86, which is obviously not true. Let me swap it to the other wrist. See, it's got the little sensor. But it's a good watch. It just, for whatever reason, maybe not reading today. Maybe I didn't put it on tight enough. So that was 41 burpees with a push-up, so 41 push-ups. And that is my number for today. But I will do some more later. All right. Cool, I'm glad you love Poland. I enjoy it as well. I haven't been back in many years, so you have a dog, sweet. Oh, if you got a black lab, I love labs, they're amazing. My neighbor has a black lab. We don't have a dog, but we have a cat. And we do want to get a dog, but we want to make sure we have enough time to take care of it. You know, I have to find time to like walk him. You know, obviously dogs need that extra stimulation and attention. Whereas cats are a little bit more independent, a little bit more kind of hands-off, which is fine too. I've never had a dog, so I would love one, but yeah, I gotta make sure I have enough time. That's the thing about pets. You know, a lot of people get pets and then they don't sometimes plan properly to give them the attention they need, and then, you know, the pet suffers, because especially when you have something like a dog, you know, they want to be there all the time. You know, most of them, they want to share with you, they want to be with you, play, and it's like having like a kid. I got two toddlers that are 2 years old. It's like having one of those, because they're amazing, but they always want to, you know, they always want attention and do things. The cool thing is I have twins, so 2 girls, so they play together too, which kind of, you know, allows my wife and I to sometimes do our own stuff, you know, until they request us. All right, so I don't have a towel. We're gonna go ahead and wipe the sweat. We're back, round 2. I'm gonna go back to our presses. All right, any questions from anybody online here? Any health and wellness questions? We only have a few people online. We have a few people pop on, pop off. It happens though, I see it. For any of you that are online, if you have any health and wellness questions, feel free to put them in the chat. You know, it's always appreciated. Kind of keeps me distracted from my own self-torture here. All right, here we go. So we got more presses. All right, let's change it up a little bit. We're gonna do a twist press out, okay? So still the same squat, we're gonna twist press out. In the interest of time, we're gonna do 10 and 10, because we got more stuff we wanna get to today, and I have another person, I actually have a virtual group after our session here, so I gotta be on time for that. All right, here we go. We get low, and we'll come back up. So get low, and then twist press. See, just a small difference. And twist press. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. All right, not too bad. Actually felt easier than the other side. All right, swap it out. Opposite side, same idea. Get down low. Twist press out. 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got it. All right, that one's done. All right, back we go. All right. Whew, we're back. We got the curls, Ottman curls. And yes, I can bench press. Now the question is, kind of how or where. So we don't really have a bench here at the moment. As you can see, it's kind of an empty space as far as the bench goes. But obviously we could do a bench. Sorry, I got the cable tangled. We can do a bench on one of these stability balls, or what we call a zero bench, which is me flat on the floor with dumbbells. But right now I don't have weights that are challenging enough. I have the 225s, which for bench it's okay for some, light for others. For me it is on the light side. So I don't necessarily use those to bench. I do sometimes do flies. That's something that is definitely more challenging with that kind of weight. But yeah, we will have a bench in here, and we'll be able to go over some bench fundamentals, because there's some good stuff that I think people need to know. But if you have any questions about the bench, feel free to pop it in the chat. Maybe I'll be able to help right from here. And 4, and 5. And you can go really slow on these too, and they're actually pretty challenging. Anybody that's watching, feel free to like, subscribe, share, all those good things. And if you can, please donate. We appreciate, even if it's $1, even if it's 50 cents. Actually, I don't know if you can go as low, but whatever you can donate, it's definitely appreciated. We're obviously trying to keep this, channel going strong for everybody, and provide as much complimentary content as we can, because obviously we don't have to do stuff for free. We have clients, but we want to be able to reach more people and educate more people in health and wellness. So, and everything gets more expensive every year for us business owners. More tax. All right. It lagged. Okay. So let's see. Are we still going? Yeah, we're still going. Retouch, no retouch. What is this? Okay, what's this one? Green screen. We don't need a green screen. We don't need a green screen. All right, I'm trying to see if I can get back to you guys. All right. Okay, well, we're in an interesting spot here. Here, let me flip this around because I'm getting the cable. All right, so I think what might have happened for those of you that are obviously watching or not watching, I guess something lagged. I forgot that I was logged into our Wi-Fi, which normally isn't an issue, but I guess today something happened with the Wi-Fi signal, and we got people being, kind of kicked off. So we'll see. In the meantime, oh, sweet. Okay, can you do something with the yoga ball because I have one? All right. Well, if you were back on, all right, let's see who's back on here. If it's who's online right now? Is it FNCS Green Mantis 24? Because you had the good question before the stream got all weird and people got kicked off. All right. So those of you that were online, or weren't. I just shot a whole bunch of these darts and I ended up with 123 burpees. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time for those, unfortunately, but I have to do them. So I have a choice to make here. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do some, and then I'll do some of that recovery that I was talking about earlier. And I'll just see whoever is able to come back. All right. Okay, so in that case, let's start with some burpees. I got a lot left, but let's do at least 123. So let's do the first 23. I'm gonna do standard ones to speed up time. We'll go on knuckles though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 3 more, 19, actually, sorry, 4 more. I can't math. 1, 22, 23. Ooh, so that means with that 23 knocked out, we have an even 100 left. Okay, good. We got that. Let's see. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do, because it seems like it kicked everybody off, and I think we're well over our 30 minutes that I typically do. I have an idea, and that is we're gonna do a little bit of recovery, and then we're gonna do our affirmations and call this one, because I don't know who's able to get back on. So after what we did, which is a lot of stretching, a lot of dynamic work. We wanna be able to stretch some of the muscles that we used. One of the best ways is to add in our yoga stretches at the end here. So what I wanna start with first, we'll get into our tabletop position, which is like so. So hands and knees. And then for the shoulder and back, I'm gonna do a reach through, or what's called thread the needle. I'm gonna take one hand and I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna sweep under. So I'll show you from the front what it looks like. We go and we sweep. This one goes forward, spot crawl, hand forward, and this one stretches. And basically I'm looking at my outstretched hand, my palm facing up. And I take a couple deep breaths. Normally you can hold this one for much longer than I'm gonna do. I'm doing it just to show the actual stretch. And we come back and we go to the opposite side. So opposite hand, pull it on through while this one walks forward. And get a couple deep breaths here. Bring that heart rate down. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna bring it back. We can do our child pose. So we're gonna go ahead and sit our butt back. I'm still in the tabletop pose to start, but I'm gonna sit my butt back as I bring my arms forward and just exhale. Bring my head down. A couple deep breaths. It's a great one for the shoulders and a good grounding pose. Let's do our pigeon. Pigeon will be the leg coming forward, right? We're gonna go ahead and sink down. So from the side, you're gonna go ahead and bring one in front, the other one goes back. And depending on where this heel is, the closer it is to your inner groin and your inner thigh here, the easier the pose. The further out, the more pressure you're gonna feel in your glute that you're stretching. So find a comfortable place for it and just stretch. Feel those muscles relaxing. Everything should be relaxed. You should just be falling into the pose. Okay, we'll swap here. Opposite leg. Opposite leg. Notice if there's any differences. Is one easier than the other in terms of going towards the pose? Okay, a couple more seconds here. Okay, excellent. And now, we're gonna go ahead and stretch the shoulders a little bit. Oh, looks like we got a couple people back on. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Bring it across. This one is probably one that you've seen in gym class or everywhere else. It's a typical pose, a typical stretch. You bring the arm across, get the hand under the elbow and just stretch. Stretch out. This one is relaxed, so this hand. You can turn with it a little bit too if you want to get a deeper stretch. And opposite side. Same thing. Because we did do a lot of shoulders on the presses. We did military style press when we did the flipper kicks, and then obviously the neutral press. Okay, so let's review what we did today. For those of you that are checking this out, offline and wanted to kind of get a breakdown, or if you wanted to write down, who knows, whatever the case may be. So we started with wide stance, neutral presses with a heavy weight. We did on both sides, 15 and 15. This position was with one leg going forward, one knee going forward, one knee is out to the side. Then we did our Atman curls, where we curl and we switch our grip and go down. Then we did our military style presses as we were flipping with our legs. So that's the first circuit, and we added burpees to it. So it was a burpee with a push-up. We did another round. The second round we did neutral press into an outward press. And then we did still the same Atman curls. And we did same presses with the flipper kicks and just kind of varied up the burpees. And then I kind of did a little fun burpee thing where I scored 123 on the dartboard right there, which means I have 123 burpees to do. I did 23, so I have 100 left. So I got to do that before the end of the day. And I believe that's all we did before we got into our recovery. So my apologies for those of you that were on and it kind of lagged and kicked you off. I think it was just the Wi-Fi connection here. I will make sure I have it turned off and just going straight from the phone next time. And hope you guys have a great Saturday. We're gonna do our final affirmation here. Take a breath and just, there we go. I am healthy, wealthy, and strong. I am healthy, wealthy, and strong. I am healthy, wealthy, and strong. And say that a couple times. Really believe it. And the wealthy doesn't have to be material. It could be wealthy in terms of your friends, your family, in terms of what you have right now. You feel very blessed. And health and strength, obviously, are important. So they make everything a little bit easier in life. So thank you guys. Thank you all for joining. I was gonna have a little, feel the power, type in FTP or feel the power at the end, because we had a pretty good group. And see who would potentially win some swag, but with the stream kind of getting a little, I should say laggy, I think it kicked everybody off. So we'll save that for next time. You guys and gals have a great day. For those of you that celebrate Easter, happy Easter. And I will see you all, obviously, same time next week on Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time. And we will be back on Monday, I believe. Monday or Tuesday here in the morning, 5 a.m. Central Time. And then trying to keep a couple streams during the week, Monday through Friday, and then our weekend one on Saturday, and then see how we go. It looks like we're building our following little by little. Thanks to you all. Thanks for participating. Thanks for subbing, and I'll see you guys on the next stream. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here.